Galilee Day, and it is Easter Monday. There is our own Galilee. Yeah, this is our own Galilee, and this is where we are this morning, bringing you the very best on the radio. Echo Jumadan and Dusted, and this is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. This beautiful Easter Monday, 21st day of the 4th month of the year 2025. It feels good to be here again this beautiful day, and wishing you the very best of this season, hoping that everything that you ever tried to maybe leave, everything you've been able to jettison during the holy months. You know, we had 2 holy months back to back, Ramadan, because the Lenten season, hoping that we'll not go back to our vomit and we'll do the right thing, especially as it concerns our nation, Nigeria. Let us love Nigeria, and let's do the right thing to make Nigeria a great country. Good morning and welcome. This is Melody Sunrise, first of its kind this week. And on behalf of Daniel Adeyemi, Nike Adesoye, and Black Marcos, I say welcome. My name is Pretty. Because Moses and Samson as well. So the finest is here. This beautiful Easter Monday. It feels good to be here, and it's a day to remember back in the day, very long time ago, when he asked them to meet him at Galilee, and they met him. So today, this is our own Galilee. So hope you are with us, listening to us this beautiful Monday morning. It's good to be here as always, and thank you very much for joining in. Sports come through at 8:30, but before then we'll look through what the papers are writing this morning, as we look through from the different aspects of what they write from the front to the inside. Of course, the back pages of the papers this morning, that will be in a jiffy. And right after 9 o'clock will be People's Assembly. What are we looking at this morning? We're looking at the women. Yes, something that concerns the women. Let me just give you a hint. Nowadays, if you look at the way women dress, it's as if the front part of their body, the one they call breast, has now been taken away as part of what they call private part. Because the way they now expose this thing anyhow. I mean, we saw a whole lot of things a whole lot of these happen at Yabo Ojo's daughter's wedding. Even elderly women, everybody just flaunting things. I mean, in the front, you see. Good. So we'll be looking at that this morning. I would love women to even contribute more this morning, because I want to ask the question: is breast no more a private part in a woman's body? Why are we exposing it anyhow? What has gone wrong? Okay. It might sound funny, but that's what we're looking at on this Easter Monday. At the other side of it, we celebrate those celebrating. A couple of people celebrating today. We'll be celebrating them. This is a beautiful, beautiful Monday. If you're ready, I'm ready, and we are ready to take you through this morning as always. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for joining in once again. Melody 100.7 FM in the beautiful city of Ibadan. We'll be taking it one after the other and bringing everything that you love, just the way you like it. Don't forget to always follow us on all socials. Melody 100.7 FM on Facebook, Melody 107 FM on Instagram, YouTube, and of course on X, the one you used to call Twitter before. So follow us and everywhere. Like what we do, and drop your comments below the live video on Facebook this morning. It's a brighter day that is coming on, no matter what. Back in the day, Galilee Day used to be a day that accompanied rain, always accompanying Galilee Day. The weather is looking cloudy. I don't know whether it's going to rain. But when I return after this music, I'll tell you what the weather is looking like in Ibadan and every other place around here. Here is some song, Brighter Day.
Trouble comes on every side. Depression taking over my mind. At times I break down and I cry. When I look up, I see the rising of the sun. The sun. Though the mountain be so high and wide, yet on eagle's wings I will fly. Though the tides are rising high, I won't bow my head and cry. I'll just reach out for the skies, 'cause I believe that I can fly. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. There's a brighter day. Yeah, there's gonna be a brighter day. Brighter day. The sun will surely shine again. Trouble lasts just for the night. In the morning time, you'll be alright. Passes by, name a can jest, yeah. Upon my head, man's gig mirror. I made up my mind to be the best, 'cause I know that life is just a test, yeah. For the mountains be so high and wide, yet on eagle's wings I will fly. Though the tides are rising high, I won't bow my head and cry. I'll just reach out for the skies, 'cause I believe that I can fly. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun will surely shine. Though trouble lasts for the night, I know it's gonna be alright. There's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. There's a brighter day. There's gonna be a brighter day. The sun will surely shine. There's a spark of sunlight waiting there. There's hope for you, so don't you fear. Finally, I see a vision of the rising sun. I see victory coming over me. Though I tried today and feel here comes a better day, I'll be holding on to what I believe. I see a brighter day. In the morning time, it's gonna be a brighter day. You're gonna make it anyway. Hold on, be strong. Keep on holding on. It's gonna be a brighter day. The sun will surely shine again. Trouble lasts just for the night. In the morning time, will be a you've got to hold on. I see the rising of the sun. I know it's
Most definitely. Hold on. No matter what the situation is, everything will just be fine.
time in
In the morning time, everything will definitely be fine, no matter what you went through last night. Okay, let me quickly take you through the papers now. But before I do that, let's look through the weather predictions and see what the Galilee day will look like. In the city of Ibadan, the weatherman is telling us this morning that it's going to be looking a bit cloudy, where the way it is appearing right now. But later, we understand that there could be heat coming through, and for the precipitation will be 20%. Of course, humidity is 90%, while the wind is presently moving at 8 km per hour. Temperature is going to be rising between 26 degrees and 31 degrees Celsius, and that's for the city of Ibadan. Well, for the city of Lagos, It's going to be having heat all the way. And a cloudy situation is what we're experiencing right now in Lagos as well. But later, it's going to be changing to heat, much heat, with the temperature ranging between 27 and 33 degrees Celsius. That's for the city of Lagos. And of course, for the city of Abuja, the nation's capital, for those traveling there today, it's a partly cloudy situation right now, and later it's going to be looking much more cloudy than that. And the temperature is going to be ranging between 27 and 31 degrees Celsius for Abuja. And of course, for neighboring Abeokuta here, it's a cloudy situation, very, very cloudy as we speak right now. And the temperature is between 26 and 30 degrees Celsius. Wherever you find yourself, you try as much as possible to be a good Nigerian. And from here, Melody 100.7 FM, we wish you the very best of this beautiful day. Now let's go to the dailies. I have the Punch this morning, the Vanguard, the Guardian, and of course the Daily Trust and Daily Post with me this morning. Let's begin to look at them one after the other. We begin from the Punch. And the banner headline on today's Punch newspaper says, interest boom, 9 local banks generate 14 trillion naira from loans. Wow. Yet we say Nigeria, there's no money. Look at the kind of money banks are making. Judgment analysis report me to LPDC. Falana dares Wike. Presidency pushes back as Bakare. Kuka criticizes Tinubu's policies. Killings. Shetima visits Plateau today. Danjuma calls for self-defense. Self-defense without gun, without weapons. You want to self-defense you want to face criminals who are having weapons on their hand with what? With cutlasses or hoes? God have mercy. Okay, SEC warns influencers, bloggers against promoting unregistered schemes. Okay, they are talking now after what CBEX did to people. Okay, anyway, let's move on. NYSC releases postings for prospective corps members, warns against night travel. Senate shifts resumption to May 6th. That's the way it is. All right. Mohbad's death. Rights group demand phone record analysis. Man dies during wife's 60th birthday in Lagos. I mean, very terrible. I saw the video and I was like, God, what a way to die. I mean, they were dancing to the, God, side by side. And before you could say Jack, the man just slumped right there at that. Oh, God. I mean, what a day and a way to die. NDLEA nabs drug lord supplying bandits. And you also have a police arrest landlady as new tenants abscond with 4 children. Police rescue 2 abducted women in Edo. And you are in business, you have this one, reduce housing sector taxes. Operators urge government. And more political stories from the Punch. Ekiti APC endorses Tinubu Oyebanji for re-election. Tinubu's aide slams Baba Ahmed's 2027 predictions as illogical, misguided. Why I didn't support Peter Obi, Wike, North Central APC hails Amakura for shunning anti-Tinubu coalition. And these are the major headlines on today's Punch newspaper. Of course, they're moving you now away from the Punch newspaper. And let's quickly look through what the Vanguard newspaper has for us this morning. And on the Vanguard newspaper, the banner headline says, Plateau, Benue killings, Danjuma, Atiku, Kuka, Bakari, others decry insecurity. I also have this one there, 2027 presidency, no candidate can win without the North. Baba Ahmed is the one talking. And SEC to celebrities, influencers, bloggers, multi-Ponzi schemes. And you have police confirmed 4 deaths in Bochi water plant mishap. Plateau, okay, you have a death toll in Lagos building collapse rises to 5, 15 rescued. High cost of Medicare. More Nigerians now rely on social media. Now rely on social media health prescriptions. And this is another thing that will turn to something else again tomorrow. And our health ministry will begin to talk again, the way SEC is now talking. When influencers, bloggers were busy promoting Ponzi schemes, where were they? They were sleeping. Now they are talking because of what happened concerning CBEX. And now they are keeping quiet until people will begin to die from some of these social media. How can you be getting prescriptions on social media, for God's sake? What a country. Okay, NDLEA intercepts cocaine hidden in Saudi-bound religious books. New tenants disappear with 4 children in Delta community. Benue Ebonyi communal clash. Claim 6 injures others. All right. Still headlines from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Nigerians hungry for Labour Party government in 2027. Ogun LP chairman Bakari Tinubu stop playing God. Malami, others in CPC started plotting against Tinubu in 2024. Obono Obla, and you also have this one, court ruling how Obasa played Lagos Assembly members. All right, so these are the headlines on today's Vanguard newspaper. And up next is the Daily Post. All right, for headlines in today's Daily Post newspaper, the banner headline says, new terrorist group Mahamuda occupying parts of Kwara, Niger states. Emir cries out. So another one, not even Lakurawa. There's another one after Lakurawa now. God help Nigeria. Okay, 9 Nigerian banks generate 14 trillion naira in revenue from customers' interest in 2024. And you also have this one. I am not dumping PDP for APC. Zamfara Governor Lawal counters a report. Female tenants abduct 4 children in Delta. Insecurity change strategy. Adopt U.S.-Israel method. David Mark urges Nigerian government. And you also have Naomi. Okay, this one. CAF announces venue date of under 20 AFCON. We'll talk about that in a jiffy. And the Boko Haram has taken to social media platforms. Bukati. Okay, Oladunjoye helped stabilize our administration, defend our policies, programs. The Babiodo of the state is the one talking. Police began investigation into on Abia suicide victims case to conduct autopsy. And you have this one. Wike successful, unlike Ojudu, who deceived Obasanjo, Lere Olainka. I'm not dumping APC, PDP for APC. Okay, I took that earlier. And you also have this one, Plateau, Benue, violence politically motivated. And 9 APC chieftain, Vasta, is one talking. Easter, be hopeful. APC urges Nigerians. PDP chieftain predicts Obi's winning zones if he returns to party. Easter, ex-PDP Guba candidates, orderly urges Nigerians to live in peace. Keep hope alive. In business, tariffs don't strike trade deal with U.S. at our expense. China warns countries. And you also have U.S. dollar tumbles as federal independence under threat. And Easter, Naira appreciates against the dollar at black market. These are the major headlines on today's Daily Post newspaper. And let's take you now to the Sun newspaper for this morning for headlines in today's Daily Sun. For Daily Sun newspaper this morning, you have Nnamdi Kanu's family raises alarm over campaign of calumny against him. IPOB. Serap sues FG over ban on Idris Abdul Karim's song, Tell Your Papa. And PDP governors are Tinubu's recruit. Okay now. All right, 2027, reason for killings in Plateau, Benue, APC chieftain Vasta. Creation of an Imolu state will guarantee Owerri Okigwe producing Uzadima's successor. Alagbo also is the one talking there. Of course, while opposition members are moving to APC, and this is according to Bello. National Assembly working on state policy framework. Senate leader Bamidele is the one telling us that one. 2027 Arewa think tank backs Governor Sule on North returning Tinubu to power. Era of handpicking council chairmen, councillors is over. Kebbi Governor, Southwest PDP slams Ekiti APC over Oyebanji's 2026 endorsement. And Falana denies misrepresenting Supreme Court, accuses Wike of baseless attack. And, okay, a bit of sports. Real Madrid ready to pay Osimhen's 75 million naira release clause. Okay, we're getting to sport very shortly. We'll be looking through that and much more. Okay, these are the headlines on today's Daily Sun newspaper for this morning. Okay, the last paper before me this morning is the Daily Trust newspaper, and these are the headlines in the Daily Trust newspaper for this morning. You have this one: commodity associations pledge strategic action to boost food security. Nigerian Muslims must continue to promote peace, justice, Tinubu. And you have over 12,000 women suffer cervical cancer annually in Nigeria. Lee Pate, the head minister, is the one talking. Shetima visits Jos today as defense minister assures of security. Bandit attack ex-deputy governor's hometown in Sokoto, kill one. Fire got multi-million naira plaza in Abuja, and this one flood killed 3, destroys over 10,000 hectares of rice farms in Niger. Father, son, 2 others drown as Bochi water treatment plant. 5 people killed, 20 rescued in Lagos, building collapse. How government killed 69 in 1 week. And governors ask Nigerians to love one another. These are the headlines in today's daily. Okay, before I leave Daily Trust, you have Baba Ahmed, from presidential advisor to critic. Bochi governor, foreign affairs ministers, rivalry escalates. 2027 PDP governors drift towards Tinubu, raise fresh concerns for opposition unity, while Nigeria must prioritize maternal health. And Uromi, Plateau, and the rise of heroic Nigerians. This is a piece on today's Daily Trust newspaper, and these are the headlines on today's Daily Trust newspaper, and by extension the headlines on today's newspaper headlines on Melody 100.7 FM, today's Melody Sunrise. Okay, we'll be getting to sports very shortly. Let's quickly have this breather. When we return, we'll definitely be taking you through the sports scene this morning. Is Melody 100.7 FM right here in the city of Ibadan. Let's have this breather. We'll be back for more.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good boy.
Easy me, take it things easy. Got this on cruise my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. One my joke, Ijogo, yeah. What you want, my jojo? Ijogo, yeah. And you my jogo, yeah. And if you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. Odupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming. Only in the morning. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming. Only in the morning. Open never. Do what you wanna do. I want to be shining all day. Yeah. Do me tender. I want to live for the world. Yeah. It's in a me, take it things easy. Got this on cruise my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand at this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. One man joke, ijogo, what you want, my jojo? Ijogo, when you my jojo, and if you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. Odupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only a little more. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only a little more.
From deep and out. It's a smashing ball, it's Martins.
Josie, Yobo, the Kubo.
And it's pushed out to the phone.
Singing double Odesi.
Sensational. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. That's something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Okay, good morning, and welcome to the sports segment of the show this morning. Melody Sunrise, Melody 100.7 FM. You know, I told you something on Friday. I ever said it on Saturday that I will know who will banter who on Monday. Anyway, let's not use the money to start banter. We'll do that in the evening at 6, because I'm sure the banter will be sweeter now from the blue side, because the red side lost Yaga. And they lost at home to lowly rated Wolves. What is wrong with Manchester United? Manchester United will win one, lose one. It's a promo. Win one, lose one. Win this, lose that. That's what they are doing nowadays. Anyway, welcome to sports. Of course, I'm not alone this morning. I have my guys in the building. Of course, Bola, the Man U fan. I hope you are okay this morning.
Yeah.
How's your temperature like?
I'm very, very fine. Good morning, pretty.
You're fine, right?
Yeah, I'm very, very fine.
Okay.
Good morning, Daniel.
Daniel, don't attack him this morning.
Good morning. It's good to be here, especially on Resurrection Bugalili morning. Even though many clubs risen on Resurrection Day, some didn't rise. And
some were one didn't rise. There was one that didn't rise.
One didn't rise.
What's the name of the one that didn't rise?
I mean, when you call yourself a red devil, you don't expect to rise when Jesus
Okay, you are correct. Oh. You are a devil. Okay, so only angels will rise.
Only.
And you have blue angels rising
exactly.
everywhere.
So it's actually a wrong day for them to pick that.
So it would have been. It wouldn't have been good if they rose.
No, whatever way. Even if they are played Rangers, so we no go.
Okay. Okay. Now let's quickly look through this one, because Leicester City were relegated yesterday, and one man. I mean, we should have a concern concerning the man who got relegated with Leicester City. Talking about the man known as Wilfred Ndidi. Because the way it is right now, what's his future like after the relegation yesterday? Where is he going next? Will he go? He went with them the other time and they came together. Yeah. They came back together. But he's not getting younger anymore. I mean, what will he be looking like? Because right now, as it is, will clubs be coming for such a person looking at his age?
Well, I don't pity players irrespective of your status when your club relegate, because you are there. you can't. Of course, I know it's not only you doing the job, but eventually you are there. You are part of a team that failed. Of course, he's our player, and we should fear for him. And he's a very fine player. Wilfred is a very, very fine player.
So and now he's even improving his game.
And but sometimes you can't help it when you are part of the wrong ship. You sink with it. So what needs to happen with him now is his agent needs to explore the options when the summer comes. I mean, there are teams in Premier League who survive. Teams like Ipswich will do well with a player like that in the middle. So he's still the kind of player that can be, get easily.
Ipswich survive? How?
I mean, Ipswich.
Ipswich is also doing.
I mean, the likes of West Ham United and the likes, even Manchester United, so to say, won't say they have a better player in the middle right now than someone like Wilfred and Didi. So for me, I think he's going to find his way out of that place. But Wilfred, for me, the first time they relegated, he was a better player. And he didn't push anything. So Leicester City have a way of keeping their players together, even when they go to championship. So just if it's not a financial issue with them, because I wasn't expecting them to time they were there. I was expecting them to do something in market. So they didn't do well in the market. They didn't sign good players. So that made it very difficult for them to survive.
Ever since the owner of that club died that club has just been. It's like it's a mismanagement under the sun.
Under the sun.
It's like the sun doesn't even know how to manage the club. I mean, because it's really not a good one for them.
It's always very difficult for the original owner not to be on board again, and then someone will take over. The same thing with Chelsea, even though they said it's a fan that is now in charge of Chelsea. The spirit in the club is always dies with the owner. So since the owner of Chelsea also left, the spirit that makes Chelsea actually has not been there. So Leicester City really need to find out in terms of if it's an ownership question or if it is something that they have to look into with management in terms of on the pitch. So for me, our player will be fine. Wilfred Ndidi, he will be better. Wherever he goes, he's still a top. Even in championship, he's still a very top. Just that we won't get to see him every
Saturday.
Anyway, that's not where that was just a digression. Of course, let's actually start from here, where fans are not happy right now. Shooting Stars. I said it on Saturday when I was reading out what could happen if Shooting Stars didn't win. And actually, they didn't win they didn't win yesterday. I think they now know the importance of the 12th man on the pitch, who happens to be the fans. Because they played with no fans yesterday and they were beaten at home. Remo Stars continue their dominance and they show that they are still the big guns when it comes to the Southwest now. It's Remo Stars and others. Right, the way it is right now, Shooting Stars are now 8 for a team that was second at a point, now 8, and they are actually out of anything called continental qualification. I mean, what does it feel to be a Shooting? This is a very bad time to be a Shooting Star fan and a Man U fan.
Why did you have to chip in, man?
There's no joy in winning, there's no joy at home.
I'm telling you.
Well, for Shooting Stars, I think this season it's been a roller coaster for them. When they started the season, it was so bad for them. They were not doing well. They were about 16th, 17th in the season. Then later, they got better. They got to the second place. And now, it's been a town all different from Baba Blue for them. It just sums up what's happening to Shooting Stars. They gave the fans high hopes at some point. At the time, and now is very critical for them. I think one of the things that's really affected them is the loss of some of their key players. I mean, fine. I mean, some people might say they kept some players, the likes of Bola Gadi and the others, but at the same time, they lost key players. Malomo Taufik left the club. He was the captain of the team. Pia Agbara was the highest goal scorer last season.
How do you even allow those guys leave?
Exactly. But these players, they always want big offers. So I don't blame the club. I don't blame Shooting Stars. I don't even blame the players because football at the end of the day is all about money.
And if you could have used money to hold them down.
We're talking about European sides.
It's not all of them that went to Europe now.
Malomo Taufik went to Europe. Yeah.
No, you talked of Taufik or Pia, but what of others? Because if you look at what happened eventually, it's like they changed so many of the guys.
And that was what affected them. And if you look at the Remo Stars team right now, you see that some of their key players are still there. Nduku Jr., their captain, is still there right now.
Yeah, because they know what they are doing.
And we talked about Ikorodu City, how these boys came together from the Division 2 down to the MPFL. So I think that's one thing Shooting Stars need to work on right now, bringing the team together. Now they are 8 currently. I don't think they might qualify for Continental. I think it's not even in their place right now. What they should be looking at is coming together. Don't sell some of your key players. Their current highest goal scorer is and about 7 goals, that player should be one of the guys that they should keep right now.
Yeah,
so
you will see they will not keep him.
I mean, that's one thing about the NPFL, because it could be getting offers. But if they really want to go far, they should try as much as possible to bring the unity among these guys. Come together. They should plan ahead of the team. If they're going to get players, maybe 1 or 2 to just boost the squad, not selling their key players. That's what I think right there. But it's all the best to Remo Stars. Remo Stars did the double against Shooting Stars. Imagine your neighbors doing double against you. I mean, that's so bad. It just sums up how bad Shooting Stars have got. 3 goals, both home and away, because they scored 1. In their other encounter, it was 2-0. So 3 goals. Shooting Stars were not able to score any goals. So bad. But I don't like to blame coaches. I don't want to blame Binga Ogunbate, honestly. But because, I mean, he gave us a good performance last season. We were about 3rd in the season last. But I think they can always get better. For me, this season is over. As much as they cannot relegate. Yesterday, Daniel and I were talking about the relegation zone. From 17th to the 3rd position. Yeah. It's still very, very tough. It's still
That's Nigerian league for you.
Exactly. It's still evenly contested. So what they should be looking at is not relegated, because it's still very much possible. So it's all the best to them. I mean, not bad. I don't blame them. Hopefully next season they can do better.
Daniel, well, it's just like your name, Daniel Ogumodede, has a way of doing stuffs. But let's first talk about the man in charge of Shooting Stars now, Binga Ogumbote. He has always said he has never coached a team without picking a continental ticket. At least if he doesn't pick it the first, he will pick it the second. Now he has spent about 3 years, going to 4 years with the Shooting Stars now. Nothing. Is he still the man for the job?
I think going forward, I always say, when a man like this come on board and you have a very fine record like this and it's not working well, you've done it one and again and again. Just like in the case of Tottenham manager, this season he came out, he said he always wins something the second season.
Exactly, but so now he's going down
towards relegation. It's even worse now. Of course, he's in the Europa League and everybody is hoping maybe that's what he's aiming at.
Okay, but maybe, yes, yeah, it could be.
But for this manager, I think for Shooting Star manager right now, they just, I won't blame the manager so much, because there seems to be a more deeper problem right now in the system than just the manager. So we can be dealing with the fruit, but there's a root cause here that is actually eating into the players and everything. So you losing players, key players, your players having to see other clubs in the same league bigger than you. I mean, that's something that can actually, we don't even know how many players are committed right now. We don't know how many players are looking at the door this summer and are looking at, okay, because we are talking about Nigerian league now. We don't know what went down yesterday after the match. Like, if your coach, you are talking about new players, I'm leaving this club in the summer. It's that kind of chat they can be having. And it affects commitment of players, because they can see that there's no any system. Like, you see them welcome Remos yesterday. They see the way a real team is put together. They see the way they are treated on and off the pitch. Of course, the fans are not there, but eventually, the way Coach Daniel is setting it in the Nigerian Premier League is just, like, I call him the Nigerian Mourinho. The man is setting it. He's bringing. Talk about the way he behaves on the line. Talk about the way he puts his team together. So for me, they've given him a platform. They've given him a system to work with. Compare with what we have with the Shooting Stars here. It's not a very good system for the manager. Not a very good atmosphere for him to work. I won't blame the manager who has a very, very fine record. Even the best of manager can do poorly.
Hey, but if the environment is not good enough for you, why won't you say it out? He has never said anything like that.
It's always very difficult for manager to blame the management who pays him.
Don't blame them.
Because nobody will take you going forward. No. Everyone will see you as the one who always,
so we'll continue to move around the circle.
So it will continue to struggle until they see that, okay, this is a dead end. As long as the money is good for him. Plus, right now, no one wants to get the manager like him. So he's going to struggle to, at least, if eventually get them the Continental. That, for me, I always say, leave when the ovation is loud. If you get them to Continental, it's the best time for him to move out, because he's not going to get better.
Anyway, we will definitely, when we come on the cruise show later, we'll talk extensively on this one, because I remember Sports Marshal and I, we've discussed this a long time ago, and what Sports Marshal will always tell you is Shooting Stars have management issue. Those managing Shooting Stars, they need to answer some questions, because so many things have been happening around that club. I mean, over the years now, that we don't even have solutions to some of them.
Just to chip in, Pretty, before you get an information from the management of Shooting Stars, you will sweat.
And that's exactly.
You will sweat.
You will need anything. As if I want anything from Remo Stars now, right here in this studio, I know what to do. And if I want to speak with someone at Remo Stars right now, but Shooting Stars, they will be pushing you. They will be doing.
And that's the number one. That's the number one. What do I call it? Sign of a very, very
bad management.
Bad management.
Now, so they are scared to talk. Anyway, 6 o'clock will come. We'll have issues to talk about. Anyway, let's move from there. Let's move from Shooting Stars. They lost the game 0-1. Of course, we'll give you all the results now very shortly. But let's talk about this issue quickly, where the NFF has debunked insinuations that it is unjustly protecting Nasarawa United in a petition filed by Bayelsa United over the two teams' round of 16 clash in their 2025 President Federation Cup competition. And now the encounter, which was played in Ayimba in Kogi State last Wednesday, saw the property boys, as they call them, lose 4-5 on penalties to the Solid Miners after regulation time ended 1-0. Now, Bayelsa United promptly sent a protest to the NFF, dated the same day, contesting the eligibility of 5 players. I'm bringing up this issue because it has something to do with Shooting Stars as well. The players of Nasarawa United. Remember, 5 players were said to have been wrongly fielded by Shooting Stars, and it was immediately on that day that Shooting Stars matter was heard, and they were banned from the NFF, from the Federation Cup. So how come the NFF is not answering these charges sent in by Bayelsa United is where the issue is now. But NFF is saying they are not unjustly defending Nasarawa United or protecting Nasarawa United. People are saying, okay, they've given you very good thing to work on. Why are you not working on it?
I think during the what's it called, the Shooting Star and Ikorodu boys of little fracas, I had one of the players of Ikorodu players said, if Shooting Stars won't do what it takes in the Premier League, and that they won't get what they need to get, and that's inciting a little bit of corruption in the system.
Because NFF said these ones were duly registered.
So now, for me,
Bayelsa United said they have their fact that these guys were not registered.
They can rub it on your face if you don't have what it takes to fight back, and that's one of the poor management we are talking about here. What strength do they have, to fight their case? That was what happened with the Shooting Stars. They don't have any strength to fight their case.
The whole Shooting Stars.
I don't want to.
Shooting Stars is a big club.
I don't want to subscribe.
Well,
to that.
why do I say this is because the strength fighting cases like this is media, and when you don't have media, any angle they push out there, you will. Okay, look at what happened.
So Bayelsa has a better media than Shooting Stars.
I believe, because that's what they are getting.
But anyway, Shooting Stars don't even have any media.
Honestly, I don't think I subscribe to the opinion of Daniel. The Shooting Stars against Warrior Wolves, when the game happened.
No, Warrior Wolves. It was against Zamfara.
Was it Zamfara? It was Warrior Wolves.
We were supposed to play Warrior Wolves now, but we didn't qualify.
We didn't qualify. Okay,
it was against Zamfara.
Yeah, it was Zamfara. So they came out to say, oh, there's some players that are not eligible to play.
Yeah,
and 5 players, which they did investigate. And did Shooting Stars come out to say, oh, we did
up to today, Shooting Stars have not given us any. I've asked several times on this show, on the cruise show as well. To today, they've not told us. They only told us they will investigate.
They will investigate. So they didn't come out to deny the claim. You understand? But Bayelsa, they said they did not. You understand? And one thing about the NFF, they are still investigating right now. But those guys that said, oh, they didn't do it. The other teams are saying, oh, they have facts. Let them present it, and let's see the outcome of it. For Shooting Stars, immediately, Zamfara said, oh, these players are not supposed to play for Shooting Stars right now. Shooting Stars did not come out to say anything. That means they accepted. You understand? So the other team, they're saying, no, we didn't field illegible players. You understand? They are coming out to talk about it. They're saying we didn't
immediately. Nasarawa United. They didn't keep it. They didn't keep quiet.
They didn't keep quiet. So
why do you think Shooting Stars didn't react on time?
I don't know. That's it. That's what we are talking
That's
about.
why
We're talking about
that
the management.
Like,
I don't blame.
Silence sometimes is consent now.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to blame the NFF like you talked about. I don't want to blame them for it because shooting stars have not said, oh, we didn't do it. If they come out to say we did it or we did not, you understand? It's a different kettle of fish. You will know that, okay, on plain paper, oh, they'll have to investigate more because they're trying to tell people that, oh, we didn't do it. So that's my own.
You know why we always try not to speak too much of shooting stars. When we talk about them in the media, like they think we want to take on people's job. But me, you think I want to take shooting stars' job? Just like my man Eniola Folabi said the other time, will he leave GM position of Melody FM and go and collect a shooting stars job? Me, I will not leave my position in this place to go and collect shooting stars job now because shooting stars job is more or less like it's not organized. You cannot tell me to go and to leave this job here and go and take shooting. No. So if we are talking about them, we are talking objectively because they are not doing what taxpayers' money. Our money is part of what they are running, using to run shooting stars. So if we talk about shooting stars, we are not wrong. So they should not always think that that's why they are talking about we share wool. I beg you, let's leave it. Let's move on now. Of course, let's give you all the results that happened yesterday in the MPFL. Nasarawa United won. Ikorodu City won. Ikorodu City went to Nasarawa and played a 1-1 draw. Ikorodu City, just like Remo Stars, are also doing something massive. These two club sides are crazy. They in the West now, they want to take over Shooting Stars position. Shooting Stars should have been number 1 in Southwest.
Definitely.
But right now, Shooting Stars, they are lagging behind.
They've actually been following the momentum. And I like the way they are building on it, and they know that this is the best time. It's a running time of the season. It's the best time to finish very strong. While others are feeling, okay, let's just end it anyway. They are finishing very strong, and they can finish as high as possible.
I'm telling you.
So it's very good.
To tell you that Remo Stars will win, Ikorodu City will also be, doing very well. Anyway, Niger Tornadoes also played 1-0 with Bayelsa United. And of course, the game, Atlanta Owerri, after beating Rangers last week, United in Owerri. Plateau United also defeated Kwa 1-0 against Sunshine Stars. Shooting Stars, as we told you, lost 1-0 to Remo Stars. While the last game ended 1-0 between Let's quickly move to Europe now and tell you the results of yesterday's game. Almost the final day, because if they had not won that game yesterday and Liverpool won, it would have been over. So they would just be waiting for the day to give them the trophy. But Arsenal did what they had to do. In fact, they confirmed the relegation of Ipswich Town with 4 massive goals. 4-0. They beat Ipswich yesterday. That was a massive one. And of course, Chelsea had to do what they had to do. Fulham thought that they could defeat Chelsea, but somehow Daniel was just smiling here in the studio yesterday.
No. When you are Chelsea, you are Chelsea. You are Chelsea for a reason. You're strong. Let me.
While I was watching the match, 1-0. Daniel came there.
Well,
and he said,
you don't have.
6 o'clock, I will bring you guys head to head. Red and blue tonight. I'm telling you. Anyway, Manchester United lost at home to Wolves, lowly rated Wolves. Beat Man U at the Old Trafford. It used to be Theatre of Dreams, but it has turned to Theatre of Nightmares. I'm telling you right now. Leicester City, their relegation was confirmed yesterday. Liverpool, wicked people, they already almost won the league. They still got these people relegated. 1-0. Since this man, let's quickly talk about him quickly. He was showing some glimpse of hopes at Man U when they gave him the job on a temporary level. He was winning everything. He didn't lose a game. And Leicester City felt, okay, this guy is good. They signed him. Ruud van Nistelrooy. He went there. He made everything rude for them. Now I think they are down.
If he had remained in Manchester United, I think it would have been a better one for Man United. They would have finished as.
You think so?
Why do you think so?
He will still do the same thing.
What Manchester United needed at that moment is a player. Is a status of that Ruud van Nistelrooy. Is that kind of player who can come in and help the player through the season.
Why didn't he have Leicester through the season?
Okay, now with Leicester is a different ball game because with Leicester City it's a job for him. But with Manchester United, it's a more responsibility of keeping his status as what he is known as in Manchester United. But for me, Leicester City they were always going to relegate for me because they didn't give their manager any. There were no much thing in that club to work with. They came in with the same players. Most of the players left.
man has been losing anyhow.
No,
Right
he
now,
started with a draw and then he
in
followed
9
with
games,
two
in
back
9
to back.
games,
No.
they've had 8 losses.
8 losses in 9 games.
In 9 games and 1 draw. So it's
But
so
we're talking
bad.
about Ruben Israel here. But how about we look at Ruben Amorim, who's actually coaching the almighty Manchester United?
No, leave that one. We'll have time
Because
to
he's
talk
trying
about
to make
When
it look
he
as if the man had anything to work with.
When he was in Manchester United, he only coached 2 games. Fine, he won. I think he won one of the games, and the other one he drew it. So I mean, what was that assurance that?
that. No, at Man U.
Yeah.
No, he had
Yeah.
4 games now. He
4
didn't
games.
lose the 4
He
games.
didn't lose. Yeah, he didn't lose the 4 games. So what was the assurance that I think he had about 2 draws and 2 wins in that?
No,
in
he
Man
had
U.
3 wins, 1 draw.
I still believe he had an
3 wins, 1
impossible job
Now,
at Leicester City.
Now,
He had
So
3
that's-
wins, 1 draw.
what was the assurance?
That's
that
why
he
they
would-
were saying you should retain him that time.
What was the assurance that he would go on to do better? You understand?
That was
In-
what
in-
Leicester also saw.
Exactly. So
And they brought him
I
in.
don't think he's that is a very.
But
good
what he
manager.
did in
I
Manchester
don't think
United
he's a
was for Manchester United. What he did in Manchester United was from a got
Okay,
to
you-
the players
see, you know
to
what is that?
play.
I think it's just in the.
Not,
I think it is in the DNAs of former United greats.
Yeah,
to be
I
relegated.
mean, we
to
have
be
them all
relegating
over the
clubs.
places. They just are like, you have the habit of
When we
messing
come
up.
in the evening, I'll give you the roll call from Rooney to all of them. They've
All of
relegated
them.
all the clubs.
I mean, all of them.
I'm not against Man U
Ryan
anyway.
Giggs,
Anyway,
everybody.
in the La Liga yesterday, Real Valladolid lost at home 3-2 to Osasuna. Villarreal played a 2-0 draw with Real Sociedad, while Sevilla and Deportivo Alaves played a 1-0 draw. Real Madrid did what they had to do, 1-0 against Athletic Bilbao. In the Bundesliga,
They're not a bad
they are
team.
not, but I never
Of course,
expected
but
them
when
to
you are
beat
Inter Milan and you've
Inter.
got that kind of fierce
Inter.
competition with Napoli,
They always score. They always scare Inter Milan. Like this is not the first time I'm seeing them scare Inter Milan. So I'm not surprised. Bologna are also fighting for Champions League spot. So I mean it's normal for it to happen in football.
Okay, all right. In the League On, Lille, of course, they had to do that. Auxerre 3-1. Brest were also beaten at home by Lens. And of course, 3-1 ended. Nice and Angers, it was 2-1 in favor of the host. While Reims, this team, I've said they should change their name. Toulouse, and they keep losing. When your name is Toulouse, always be Toulouse. So Toulouse 1, I mean Toulouse 0, Reims 1. Of course, Saint-Étienne also defeated Lyon 2-1. So these are the actions that you had over the weekend in various leagues across Europe and even here in Nigeria. When we come at 6, we'll have a comprehensive time to talk about everything and even all the banters that you expect between the red side that will be manned by Bobola and the blue side that will be manned by Daniel. Yeah, because I know Daniel is warming up to actually give it to Bobola. 6 o'clock we'll actually be doing that. I hope you'll be ready. Bobola, go and eat akpu.
Daniel is my boy.
How can Chelsea be
I sent him last week.
No, how can Man U that is on 14th.
We are on the verge of qualifying for Champions League or through
but
Europa
you are
League.
14th, right?
It doesn't matter now.
It
If
does
we
matter.
qualify for Champions League, and
Have you
eventually-
qualified?
If we eventually,
You have not even.
you see the way I'm not
We are
just,
close
I'm not
to-
wasting my strength
You have
responding
not
to
even
that.
finished semi-final. You're already counting your.
You need
you are-
some consolation,
You are counting
so
your
you can have
chickens
that.
before they hatch. Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
we'll
you so
look through
much.
this at 6 o'clock. Join us for more right here as we talk sports at the Sports Cruise segment of the cruise show at 6 p.m. My name is Pretty. Call me the finest. Still right here. Up next is the People's Assembly, and we're looking at how women these days don't want to hide what they call private. It's supposed to be private, but everywhere you go, breast everywhere. What is happening? God have mercy. I'll be back at the other side.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
I love this station. Melody 100.7 FM.
We are the real home of entertainment. Melody FM 100.7 Ibadan.
We
Set one of your presets for your hit music now. 0.7.
Melody FM 100.7.
We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100 point. We play anything.
Let's do it.
Melody FM 100.7.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
From Melody of the People's Assembly. Now, where are we going this morning? As I said earlier, let me first seek permission from the NBC, because I had to say it the way it is this morning. Because if I don't call it the way it should be called, people might not understand what we are looking at. Now, everywhere you go, we see things we are not supposed to be seeing anyhow. We go to parties everywhere, and it is breast on the dance floor. It's supposed to be music, sweat, and everything on the dance floor, but now it's breast everywhere. Why? What is happening? It's like the women are now forgetting the past, the fact that breast should be part of private part. The only thing they hide now is just the head, which they call the nipple. So what is going on nowadays that women don't even see their breast to be private again? They expose it anyhow. Men just see it anyhow. You expose it, you just open. And the dress they sew nowadays, the tailors that are even sewing them will not make heaven, if you ask me. Because they just expose the front, and the way they even package everything, meaning they go through discomfort to even get all this kind of dressing. You just come out, you can't breathe anywhere, very well again. You can't breathe anywhere, very well again, because you are dressing for a party. What is the essence of all this? I would love the women to contribute this morning, the women in the assembly this morning. I want to know, what is the essence of these things? Why should women just expose the thing? It's just the head of the breast to come out, which they call the nipple, that is not coming out nowadays. Every flesh that surrounds the breast is out nowadays. What is the essence? For what purpose are we doing this? That is what we are looking at this morning. I mean, should we be having police arresting people dressing anyhow nowadays? They will say it's their rights, but where your right stops is where another one starts. It's where someone else's right starts. So if it's your right to dress the way you like, it's my right as a man that you are bringing trouble when you are dressing that way. And when men look at you lustfully, you begin to blame them. You call it harassment. But when you dress in a way that you will not be appreciated as a woman, what do you expect? So this morning, we are looking at it. What is the reason for this, and how can we curb this indecent dressing among women exposing breast anyhow? 0702 520 1007. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. 0705 507 1007. Is Easter Monday. We decided not to take it too seriously this morning, even though it's a serious matter as well. So where do you stand in all of this? My name is Richie. The finance is here. is your speaker this morning, and let's go in the assembly. Melody Sunrise, Melody 100.7 FM. What is the essence of all these indecent dressings by women? If it were to be just girls, maybe girls like Goodness and Mercy, maybe ladies like Nika, who say, okay, maybe they have what they are looking for. But when you now have very old women also joining in all of this kind of dressing. So what is the essence? The men want to know. What is the essence? Because if women of 50, 60 will also be joining them to dress that way, then what is the essence? That's what we're looking at this morning. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Please, women, I would like to know, if you are calling this morning, what is the essence? I would love the women to even be more of the contributors this morning in the assembly. All right, let's go to the phone lines now. The lines are now open. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Olusegun. I'm calling from Ring Road, Ibadan.
Olusegun from Ring Road. Good morning to you.
Yes, it's so appalling to see women dressed like that.
You're seeing them everywhere, right?
Yeah, I don't get distracted. I'm out of the game at 6. I don't know what I'll be looking at about for now. I got so much responsibility. I'm still battling with paying school.
But they force you to look at them now. They force you. They will just by force, by fire.
Right now in Nigeria, it's a seller's market. So, but caveat temptor, let buyers beware.
I like that, caveat emptor.
And there's this kukuruku stuff like that. That you have to be somersaulting at that, not doing stuff. So you have to be careful. It's like the book written by Salman Rushdie. It's all about satanic verses, So they're clear, Egungun, be careful.
Egungun, be careful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The man says caveat emptor. Buyers beware is what they call it. So he says he doesn't look at them. See, even if you don't want to look, they'll force you to look. They force you. I was seeing a picture at a wedding. Someone he was sitting with his own wife, well dressed. The lady that was dressed somehow, showing breast everywhere, before them. The man he couldn't even concentrate on his own wife again. It was just, his eyes were gazed, focused on the one that was dressed anyhow. So this is the distractions we are talking about. The woman, his wife had to be tapping him, because the wife also found out that the husband's eyes were somewhere. You heard what Shagu said there, caveat emptor, buyers beware, that you have to be aware of all these things. Okay, but I want to know, what is the essence of all this kind of dressing, for God's sake? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Happy Easter Monday.
God bless you. Happy to you.
My name is Prophet Olade.
Prophet?
Yes, Olade.
Oh, thank you. From a man of God this morning.
The simplicity of those behaviors is end time. There is no other way that you can identify Satan. That is how you will know.
Wow.
So, everywhere, even in the church, in the mosque, well, you need to pray. You need to pray.
Pray. Well, we have been praying.
They are selling their market.
They are selling their market, even to religious centers.
Yes. Well, you are talking about the breastfeeding. Haven't you seen their ministers in the church? That you will be seeing everything. It is only God that can save you. Satan has taken over everything.
Satan will
help us.
Thank you.
But the solution to this is from the household.
Okay, the household, right?
Yes, let every husband, every father, every parent check his children.
Mm.
Check your wife before he goes out. So we can, well, we say, boss. For now, thank you.
Thank you, sir. From the voice of the the contributor, you know, the man is tired of everything he's saying. He said, God will save us. I'm telling you, we've been praying, God will save us. But what we see, you can see even is the male that are even contributing this morning. The women, female will not talk. I want to ask the female, what do you see in dressing this way? What do you intend to gain when you dress this way? I mean, they used to say when we were growing up that the way you dressed is the way you're addressed. So if you're dressed like a prostitute, they will address you like a prostitute. But what about housewives? Housewives, people's mothers, dressing that way. On which account are we going to rise that? Is a question. I mean, I just felt we should look at it this morning. You go to parties, people like us who go to a whole lot of events, shows, and parties, we see things. Our eyes, you see, these are eyes, If you want to go by what the Bible says, that if your left hand will make you to go to sin against yours, cut it. Maybe all of us by now, we should not be seeing anything again because the eyes have seen too many crazy things. And it's not that we want to see. They will force us to see all these things by force because we are seeing them in parties, in shows, even on the street when they dress. The last caller said it's not just about the breast one, even the miniskirt they wear. Do you know some of them don't even wear panties anymore? They just wear their trousers like that or skirts. And any little opportunity, you just see, if the window is open, you see things inside the room. If you know what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what we're looking at this morning. I mean, in the assembly, in decent dressing, among not just girls, even women, people who are married, people's mothers, now dressing, leaving the cleavages all around. I mean, pushing everything up for us to see. Just the only thing that is hidden will be the nipples. What do you intend to gain when you dress this way? What is the essence? That's the question this morning. What do you intend to gain? 0702 520 1007. 0705 507 1007. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. This is the People's Assembly segment of Melody Sunrise and Melody 100.7 FM. This is a beautiful Monday morning, Easter Monday, Galilee Day. I'm sure you cannot dress like that to Galilee. Yeah? Do you dress that way to Galilee to see Jesus Christ? God have mercy. Okay, we'll go back to the phone lines now. You can also send messages. We'll be taking them very shortly. 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Jacob, and I'm calling to Melody FM for the first time.
Oh, wow. Where's my bell, Nike? You stole the bell? Sorry, I would have given you a bell. Good morning. Welcome.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So, I want to tell you about the issue of the topic that you just brought. This is very important.
Thank you, sir.
These women you see now, the scarcity of men. And the women, we had that in UK alone.
Hello?
Looking for husband. In US, 8 million. Looking for husband. So what do you expect? They are looking for men by fire, by force.
But is that the way to look for men?
Well, where do you want them to go? They know that they are wasted, and most of them they have donated their eggs and sold their eggs, and they know that their life won't spoil. They want to spoil other people's lives.
Wow.
The devil say he cannot enter the hellfire alone.
You must drag people.
So he wants to carry people along. So that's what these people are doing. And again, from day one, they are nothing but temptation. Serpentine spirit that the devil can try to eat is disturbing them now.
Wow.
So, sir, just let me drop here. God bless you. You are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, sir.
I've been a silent listener.
Wow.
I've been trying. I'm just lucky that it goes through today.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, sir. Wow, I mean, strong talk right there. I mean, they want to drag people to with them to to hell, and he says they are looking for. I asked a question. They asked him a question. He said they are looking for husband. If you want to look for husband, is it the way to dress to look for husband? Even the ones who are wearing hijab, the ones who cover their head, the ones who dress very well, decently, like my girl Nika here, the ones who dress very well, they've not even. I'm not saying Luke is looking for a husband. No. I'm talking generally that those who are dressing decently, they have not even seen the husband. Is it the ones that are dressing, opening everything, opening boots, opening bonnet, and that will see the husband easily? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. You can let me know. That's why you can call the show 0702 520 1007 and 0705 507 1007. It's the People's Assembly. In case you're just joining us, we're looking at the indecent dressing amongst women these days. And it's not just about young girls. If it were to be young girls, maybe teenage girls and maybe undergraduates, will say, okay, those ones are just trying to flaunt. But mothers, housewives, also now dressing indecently, exposing breast, leaving only the nipple for us not to see. We're seeing everything now. What is happening? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Oludare.
Your name is?
Oludare.
Okay.
Calling from Orogun.
Okay, from Orogun. Good to have you. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Morning, sir.
Yeah.
You see, is so crazy.
Mm.
And I come to see that the only thing that is private part among women now, the kidney alone is the only private part you can see in woman now.
Wow, I'm hearing another one. God. Nick, are you here?
Is the only thing
kidney is the only thing that is private.
That is the only thing that is private in woman.
Wow.
In the olden days, they taught us that some part of the body are private parts in which everyone knows. But as for women of this day, nothing like that. They are kidney that they cannot expose. I don't know where they are taking all this to. I think the government has to do something about it. There should be enforcement agents outside that will be dealing with any indecent dresses. Because in Nigeria, and I don't know why, we have done everything we say, let's just be praying. Well, over the years that we've been praying, what has our prayer changed? We cannot just leave this on. So the younger, the unborn children, they will still come and meet all the time. They will follow this useless footsteps.
Yeah. But they expose everything. Yeah. But they expose everything. That final caller, that last caller said one thing that's so funny, and Nike couldn't help. That last caller said one thing that's so funny, and Nike couldn't help but laugh. He said the only thing now private in women's body is their kidney. So even the one down is not private. So anything can be exposed now by anybody. Where do we go from here? 0702 520 1007. You see, men are the ones talking. Women don't want to talk. They are scared I could ask them questions, right? 0705 507 1007. 0702 520 1007. What is happening in decent 0702 520 1007. What is happening in decent dressing among women? No, I'm not talking girls. Women, even women that are married, that have children. You see them dress, they raise the cleavages up and the front. There was one I saw, the way she even, I don't know the kind of bra she wore, the thing was almost hitting her neck. And she couldn't even breathe very well. You could see that she was struggling to breathe. So what's the essence when you're struggling that way?
Don't stop me from calling you. Okay? Let me tell you. Most of the problems that our girls get into, they are the architects of their own criminal. Because when you go exposing this thing now.
Oh, sorry about that. You see what I said? I could be network. See, network just cut you off. Sorry about that. Sorry. I hope you can still get me back. All right. 0702 520 1007 and 070 507 1007 is what we're looking at this morning. Okay. Is the number to call this morning, and what we're looking at this morning has been the fact that what we see everywhere nowadays, indecent dressing amongst women. We're not talking girls, we're not talking teenagers, we're talking women, adults, grown-up women, married women, people's mothers, dressing anyhow, opening breast anyhow, giving us what to see even when we don't want to see. When you're having fasting, they can even spoil your fasting for you. You say you don't want to see, but you just meet them accidentally and you see that kind of dressing. How do we go about this? Someone said they should start arresting anyone who dresses anyhow. That the state should start it. It should go to feds very well and come out looking of all of these. Is it to catch men? You said, like one of your callers said, they should start arresting them, and I concur. They should start arresting them. Okay? I concur. They should start arresting them. Okay? This one from Blessing, the only woman that has contributed this morning, says, good morning, sir. Say, I'm ashamed for my gender. You see, when I see it, my Moses from Gate said, good topic this morning, but they will never listen. Moses from Gate said, good topic this morning, but they will never listen. You see them still dress anyhow. You say, just as you said, fine anyhow. You say, just as you said, finest, the ones who have dressed very well have not even seen partners arrested. As I asked earlier, if they arrest them, they will still say they are infringing on their rights. Okay, let's also, another message just came in and say, my name is Bolade. Okay, Bolade, are you a male or a female? I would like to know. It says Bolade from Akpata. You say this topic is a good one, but most people always shy away from it. The society is turning into something else. Every lady around now is dressing like a whore. You say, why do we always get inside to dress very well and come out to be naked? You say, it's so terrible. You say, I saw one last week and I was wondering if she actually came from a house, because whatever she wore exposing all her body, including even the backside. Everything was naked. So where do we go from here? Say, just like one of your callers said, even dressed like that to churches, miniskirt, very short miniskirt, and they want to go and sit very close to the altar. Is that not going to be a distraction to the man who is preaching? See, some of them are not human. They are sent, they are agents sent to come and destroy people. God have mercy. Wow. Strong talks this morning, strong messages this morning from everywhere. Okay, another message just came in, and okay, this one says, I'm Joke again. He said, I just want to commend you for always bringing in things that are very, very vital to the society. Say, God bless you. God bless Melody FM. All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's begin to wrap up the conversation this morning. Now, we've talked about this. Thank God women were part of those who sent messages, even though no woman called. No, I don't want to see that as the fact that they shied away. No, I want to see it as maybe network issue. Because I know some women. I know Honorable Blessing. I know Dami. I know a few women that call. Step out of the assembly now as we get straight to the Mechanics Lounge. Step out of the assembly now as we get straight to the Mechanics Lounge very shortly. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest. Thank you for all the callers and those who pretty. You call me the finest. Thank you for all the callers and those who sent in messages. We do.
Newest radio station is 100.7. What's the big 100.7? What's the big difference? We play anything.
They say he went to carry motor in Lagos.
Yes.
Yeah, he always moving up and down. This man. Show me love now. Show me love. Just dash me one car. They laugh. Okay, Abdullah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Shubemi has gone to Galilee, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's gone to Galilee. All right. So where are we going this morning?
Some people you don't know that. It's not. That ignorance is not as in. It's not on your plug. If you get call in your car, it may not start. There are some things that make that unplug. There are a lot of people, but how it work? Unplug. There are a lot of, but how it work? Number one is power flow. When your ignition key, number one is power flow. When your ignition key is turning, the battery point.
Contact set. Which one is contact set? I know I used to hear contact set. Am I a mechanic?
What do you
hear contact set? Am I a mechanic?
You used to use component to control the ignition timing and spark the generation. Often component to control the ignition timing and spark the generation. Oftentimes, and we have direct ignition coil. Each coil has an own. Each coil. That means we said coil and plug. That means direct ignition coil. Each cylinder has its own coil. Now that's what we are used to now. And some cars we are using a distributor. Now some cars use distributor, and for now we are using an. But now we are using a direct ignition coil.
Okay.
For each cylinder has an own coil. That you say, no. Each cylinder has its own problem. That means say,
okay. You do your own, carry your own, carry your load, okay.
But before we say, but now, Igbo people has make life easy for us.
Okay.
When we are talking now, spark plug too is part of ignition coil. I may mention the ignition switch. I mentioned ignition coil. Distributor, is an old system we are using then. And when cylinder and
okay, you're done with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So concerning this, the every ignition system, because I remember there was an experience that some of us had in the past. I've had such an experience in the past where you just put your car key into the where we call the ignition go. That's where everybody and the thing is not rolling. You just see the battery is full. I mean, the battery is fully charged. And they will say Bauri ignition, and you and the thing will start. You mechanic, you guys have these. You guys have different magic that you do sometimes.
When you're on your ignition, it's not starting. It may be an ignition system, and second thing may be an starter. That called kick.
Yeah, that's the kick I'm talking about. They will say hit it. You know what I'm talking about. People would
type impl garage meter IMP.
And going where we are going next is those celebrating. Let's celebrate them right now. Of course, it tells you that the year is finally, gradually going. So no time to wait to them one after the other. If you're with us, of course, let's see. Of course, it's a celebration galore, and let's begin to reach out to them one after the other.